last night. I'll talk to you there. Anyway, Noah Coxon, interests include cooking from scratch, tried an amazing beer last night, thinks we should all be nicer to each other, gets an allowance at age 26, would think it's pretty cool if his future son wanted to play with girl toys. And also, this is me before I started lifting weights. Next one. Biffany Pigfuckhole claims she's oppressed. Bet she didn't like that either, did you? You just said before I started lifting weights. Next one. Biffany Pigfuckhole claims she's oppressed. Bet she didn't like that either, did you? You just say for the
Biffany Pigfuckle claims she's oppressed. Oh my god. Biffany Pigfuckle. Biffany Pigfuckle claims she's oppressed, man.
there, Brett, and we're gonna hang out. And her last name is hyphenated, so you can tell her mom is a cunt, so you can tell her she's a cunt. You might as well, I'm not gonna go that far. She's had lots of great relationships that just didn't work out. We outgrew each other. We were going different places. My pussy was craving the seed of many men. Tried a bunch of different guys. In an earlier era, you would have called her a loose woman, but now you just call her a young woman or a college student. She can't decide whether her career should be a painter or a musician. She will probably end up being a teacher. I don't hate all women, by the way. I hate 29 out of 30 women. The one woman that's left, I respect them.
No hymen, no diamond.
But no hymen, no diamond. She has 15 plus close male friends who hound her for nudes on Instagram. She excuses all behavior with mindless platitudes like, I'm a free spirit. So that's dating 2.0. And I was looking on Biffany's Facebook page. She does have a fair look about her. She's a fair maiden. And maybe if we could go back in time with a time machine and teach her to have some level of self-respect and self-control, she would make a good wife for someone one day in the fantasy world. But that's just not the way the world works. So I found this comment on her Facebook page. Oh, God. Tran Dum Gum. Biffany, I know how important higher ed is to you. How else would you have the opportunity to engage in recreational sex with dozens of strange men over the course of your studies? Don't worry, your parents don't need to know. Daddy doesn't mind that you get shit-faced and put cocks in your mouth. And your future husband, who will provide for you as your degree isn't worth shit, doesn't need to know either. It blows my mind that you gals go into debt doing this. Not fair. Sexism. I love your tattoos and dyed hair. Yeah, that's nice. It's not for other people, it's for you, right? Because you are unique. That's why you spend hours and hours and lots of money cultivating this absurd spectacle you call how you present yourself in public. How about you save that $200 you spent on that tattoo and get yourself a gym membership? 100 years ago, you would all have been euthanized. Oh, God. You look like this broad from my high school who got taken to the ER because there was a tampon crammed up past her cervix because she got fucked so hard and she was so out of it that she forgot she had a tampon in before she let the football team fuck her. Think about that on your wedding day. I'm triggered. I'm being triggered. I need you all to tell me I'm a nice person. I'm being triggered. I'm being triggered. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe here. The ideas and words are hurting my body. Oh. I mean, oh my God, you guys, what's it going to take before the government steps in and makes free speech illegal? If we lose you, we're not going to have any more mixed race couples left. There's just no respect. They don't respect the quotas. I'm the one trying to... Especially the girl in the front row. I'll skip that one. Okay. There's no blind people left. Respect the quotas. I'm not going to have any more mixed race couples left. There's just no respect. They don't respect the quotas. I'm the one trying to... Especially the girl in the front row. I'll skip that one. Okay. There's no black people left. Are you like half black? Yeah. Yeah, you are. Come on, man. Get up here. Yeah. And Miss, can you come up and help me out here? Yeah, you. Come on. Get up here. All right. Okay, now I need you to beatbox, okay? You just gotta do it. Just do it. Everybody go. Okay, keep going. Yo, I'm talking rape culture. It's male heteronormative patriarchal bullshit, right? Yo, it's every war, every fucked up institutionalized policy that keeps the black man down. If the history they teach in schools isn't the history of the world, it's the history of the born dead white man. What about the boogie cannibal people of color tribes in Polynesia? What about their contribution to the arts and sciences? Yo, that ain't cool. That ain't cool with me, yo. Yo, it's bullshit, man. We'll never live in a perfect world where white babies get sterilized and injected with estrogen at birth. But here's the start. That was brilliant. You guys can go sit down. Thank you so much. That was excellent. Very nice. So, some important thinkers called me up. Elon Musk, SpaceX, maybe you've heard of him. Joe Rogan called me up. He said, look, Sam, we got this problem, okay? I was talking to Richard Branson, okay? Billionaires called me in my personal line. They said to me, Sam, Jennifer, okay? Billionaires called me in my personal line. They said to me, Sam, Jennifer, we need you to solve the campus rape epidemic. We need you. You're the only man, because you're male to female. You were raped by a woman at one of the universities you attended by a 60-year-old Jewish professor. I went to her house for tutoring. I woke up and my body was flushed, and I had on a fucking satin robe, and this creepy-ass woman was touching me. They said, yo, Sam, you're the only one that can solve it. Campus rape, it's a problem. Over 1%, over 100% of women raped. It hurts me to think about it. Yo, I call them sex tokens. They're durable, divisible, transportable, non-counterfeitable like Dogecoin, okay? All men are given a limited supply of sex tokens at birth, regardless of class or gender. And you use these tokens to show your intent to have sex with a woman. And you provide them with consent in this way. And it's a socially acceptable manner to purchase sex. And it's not very different from the system we have now. It's just less confusing, and it ensures that all those testosterone-charged alpha males, okay, don't get the bounty of the sexual options, okay? Leaves plenty of options open to weaker pussy beta males like myself. Mostly like that row back there, mostly like you. Less like me. I don't know, I don't need sex tokens. More like you. I fuck hot bitches. And if you saw them, you'd think I was lying about it. And then you'd start getting mad and say, why are they talking to him? And I would say, just get some sex tokens, my dude, get it over with. Okay, so, let's look at Cindy Lou right here. She's very attractive, very fair-skinned. Her lips have a nice shape to them. Her ears, very nice. She's very well manicured. Her hair, her neck looks very fair and tender. I would make sure you would get lots of sex tokens. Now, there's some girls in here who wouldn't get so many sex tokens. Maybe 2 or 3. None for me, though. Whereas this girl, you would have like 30 sex tokens. Is that accurate? How many sex tokens would you have in this hypothetical world? Like 15? 10 to 15? You would have 3 to 4 of mine. Okay, so that idea is open source. You can take it or leave it. Do what you want with it. I don't care. What's the next line here? Oh, go back. That's like that GIF right there. That's fucking good. Okay, next one. Okay, so this right here, what we see here, we have a pipe and we have a vape pen, okay? Now, both of these are important because they're ways of getting vitamin N, and they have the added bonus of making you look like a jackass, which means that people will leave you alone. Which you don't understand the importance of that now, but you will if you ever try to actually get anything done. You want people to think that you're a goob and leave you alone, and that's what these are good for. Next one, this is Adderall. Hey man, you're gonna study all night on this Adderall. It's gonna be good. And Adderall makes you think you're getting shit done, and you are. You're getting stuff done like cleaning your room, not eating, drinking Diet Coke, transcribing a bunch of words and not understanding what they mean, stuff like that. Oh, and fundamentally altering your brain chemistry forever. That's what you can do with Adderall. It's pretty good. Students, get ready to pull an all-nighter. All right, next one. And this is a picture, an actual picture of a kid, of a guy who 6 years ago was telling me that Adderall would help me focus and get shit done faster. That's him today, and that's also you. Let's go Rutgers. Pulling all-nighters in the art school. All right, next up there. All right, so this one here, I know a guy, we'll call him Larry. He's your typical, Southern, racist Republican, right?
Yeah.
He watches Fox News. He's the kind of, you wouldn't look at this guy in the street at all, would you?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't, okay? Nobody wants to get with Republican guys. They're gross. They got bad ideas. You know what I mean? It's just like, grow up. It's 2015. But anyway, I follow him on Facebook and I comment with him sometimes, because I be trolling. Yeah, am I right? Yeah. And when he heard that I was coming to Rutgers, he wrote this totally rude and horrible shit. He wrote, "Speaking of art, how many of you even have any talent? I bet there is a lot of communal jerking off to validate one another here. Modern art is disgusting trash, smearing your menstruation on a canvas," spelled menstruation wrong, "is not insightful or thought-provoking. It is evidence of your lack of talent. Go make me a marble statue if I see one more abstract painting that looks like a child with Down syndrome got into my finger, spelled menstruation wrong. Is not insightful or thought-provoking. It is evidence of your lack of talent. Go make me a marble statue if I see one more abstract painting that looks like a child with Down syndrome got into my finger paints. I'm going to vomit. You are all talentless trash." I'm like, WTF? Not cool, bro. Not cool, bro. Don't be that guy. Right? Don't be that guy. Don't be a douche. Alright? Just don't even go there. Talk to the hand. Catch you later. Alright, this is the fun part. Does anybody have any water? You do? Oh, fuck yeah. Do you have herpes? Oh, you're so good to me. You're so good. Oh, you got this supple nipple bottle here. That's the most masculine bottle. This was invented by the CIA to feminize thirsty men. I'm not sucking that thing. I don't know where this has been. Anybody want to suck this thing? Would you suck this thing? I'm not gonna suck this thing. This thing's disgusting and gay. I'm not gonna suck that. Fuck out of here. I drink like a man. That's masculine. Let's get the crinkle bottle too, so you can like crush it in your hand a little bit. Very, very feminine. This is a bottle for women. I prefer Voss. It comes in a glass bottle. It's kind of baller. Drinking Voss. I'm more of a Voss man. Okay, so that guy in the Facebook quote, Larry, total Republican, totally lame, right? So, you guys in this room, raise your hand if you're a Republican right now. Anybody else a Republican? That guy's a loser. He probably watches Fox News. Probably gets his...
I watch Congo.
So, raise your hand if you're a Democrat or otherwise left of center in here. Raise your hand. Come on, don't fucking lie. I'm not going to come out in the audience and grab you. I'm not going to come and molest you if you raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're a fucking Democrat or left of center. You all are, obviously. We're not gonna get into it, but what? You guys are liars. What? You're all libertarians. You're all Ron Paul libertarians. You're voluntarists. Is that what you are? Is it? So this test, we're going to do a political test that was designed by Noam Chomsky at MIT, very prestigious university, very important guy, Noam Chomsky. He designed a test, it's sort of like a hot or not type test to figure out where you fall on the political spectrum. So you have your issues and your beliefs and your individual things here, and we're going to find out exactly what you guys are. So let's go to question 1. Which of the following is closest to your view? Government regulation of business is necessary to prevent companies from polluting. It's necessary to prevent companies from exploiting the poor. Or 3, it's necessary to keep the rich from getting too rich. Okay? And as we go through, you're going to take your number that you answer and just add that up. So I'm number 3. I think that the government regulation of business is necessary to keep the rich from getting too rich. All right? I don't want those greedy bastards having Lamborghinis and mansions. I don't want them in the streets, kicking mud in my face. Now, so you're going to add your number up. Now let's go to the next one. So you did your thing and you add it up. Oh, she didn't want you. She's gone. Did she go to the bathroom or is she leaving for good? Oh, phone call? Is your boyfriend? What's his name? Is he bigger than me?
His name is Seth.
What's he weigh? What's he weigh?
It's Charles.
Yeah. Is he big? He's gonna get fucked up if he comes in here.
It's Charles.
Yeah. Is he big? He's gonna get fucked up if he comes in here. Next slide. Paying for an abortion is a man's right. False, don't know, or true? And I think it's true because gender is nothing, obey your thirst, and I'm going to be pregnant someday. Hope to God I will. Next one. What's the biggest threat to the country right now? A lot of people are saying it's Muslims. I say, nope, think again. Counterintuitive, the smart position to take is that it's actually white Christian terrorists. This is a real thing, and that's true. What's the most biggest threat? Rednecks, Christians, or whites? I think whites encompasses them all. Let's go ahead, next one. If you could resurrect one leader to bring true glory, Karl Marx, Joseph Stalin, Shmurdy Schmanders, and Pol Pot. I think we should get Pol Pot. At the very least, Pol Pot rounded up the intellectuals and put a bullet in their head. And I think that's a good way to start in this country, too. So maybe we can resurrect him, and then he can do that. And then once he does that, we'll relieve him of his duties. We'll get someone better in there. Immigrants belong in this country. I don't want to hear anything otherwise, okay? I don't care if you live in a good neighborhood, a bad neighborhood, you're going to be packed with muzz starting pretty soon. Okay, there's 100,000 Somalians in Michigan, and that's the type of thing that I want to see more of. Where do they belong? Other neighborhoods, white neighborhoods, my neighborhood, or my... It's only possible to take guns away from one group of people. To make our nation the safest for children, it makes the most sense to take the guns away from redneck Christian whites. Confederate flag-toting redneck Christian whites, folks. Take the guns away from all white people. Or 2, you take them away from black people, including underprivileged youths. Young people who haven't had a chance. They haven't had the ivory spoon platter shoved in their mouth like you had. Oh, she's back. This is a little brain teaser. Who would you think about this seriously? Who would you take guns away from to minimize deaths? And I'll tell you one thing. Rachel Maddow would say that your answer is amazeballs. Next one. How much foreign aid should we send to Israel? Good question. We got to be sending something. Is it $10 billion? Should we send $20 billion? $20 million per day? Well, do we send as much as they need for the missiles? They need the missiles. Give them the missiles. The white phosphorus costs a lot of money. We got to give it to them. Depleted uranium rounds don't grow on trees. Send it to Israel. Give them the money. They asked for it. Next one. I'm fired. Ooh. question. White children outperform a certain other race in schools. Rather than raise other children up, we must lower the benchmark, and whites along with it. The most fair, egalitarian way of doing this: fill everyone's head with homosexual gibberish until no one knows which way is up anymore. Common Core. Incremental suppression with extreme prejudice. Reintroduce whites-only drinking fountains tainted with estrogen so that white boys will be thinking less about math and more about wearing dresses. If you have a problem with young children, boys wearing dresses, get the fuck out of here. You got a problem with young guys wearing... Come on, you get out. Come here. You, yeah. The Vander Van Hart here. This, like, bohemian, like, look you have here. That's pretty cool, man. This is a good fashion. Oh man, you smell like patchouli too. You're cool. That's a good look for a young guy. When you're 30, you can't dress like that because it's just painfully obvious you don't have your shit together. But when you're young and you're having party time, dressing like that's a cool look. I wish I kind of had that. I would have gotten more pussy when I was like 22. Oh, and all three. That's the one I picked. It's all three. We need to do all three of those things. Next one. The EPA just dumped a bunch of shit in the Colorado River. The water supply for 45 million Americans is now tainted for decades. Clearly, we must ensure that more blacks and Hispanics are employed by the EPA. Now, that might not solve the problem per se, but I think it's a pretty good start. Good place to start. We gotta have homosexuals and women in the military. It's the only way we're ever gonna win battles. It's the only way we're gonna have a military that functions normally. You gotta pack it full of homos and women. ASAP! Commander! We're above the tree line. We need 10 homosexuals and women in here ASAP! With the forced retire of General Petraeus, a new slot has opened up in high command. It would behoove us to fill it with a Muslim transsexual person of color. Just throwing that out there. It might be a good idea. I bet they'd perform well. Probably better than some piece of shit white. 2, a self-professed anti-American Mujer Latina terrorist. Why not? It would be like Vice Magazine and Nylon Magazine in the Army. It'd be pretty cool. And I bet you the Army would start making good music at least. 3, a gay guy with AIDS. They know what it's like to be under fire. 4, oh, I feel so bad for gay guys with AIDS. AIDS is not a death sentence anymore. 4, a group of 8 black hermaphrodites who suffer from a rare mental disorder that causes them to perceive themselves as one person. It's just so crazy, it might work. Did you not like it? No? Wait, hold on a second. It's gonna get good. That girl had a look about her. And I'm not being... It's not perverted to say that somebody is beautiful or that they exude the qualities of bearing life or that they have a good fashionable look about them. I didn't say I was gonna... Look. 6. A former Israeli cabinet member who's not even a fucking U.S. citizen. Make him the general. Get a bunch of those guys in the White House. Next one. You're very excited to hear that Jon Stewart will be speaking at a gun control rally in your city. You love his snarky antics and smirky quips because they give you the intellectual edge you need to debate Republicans with one hand tied behind your back. Foaming at the mouth with sanctimonious self-righteous glee, you cross your fingers and hope his first joke will be about 1. Dick Cheney shooting a guy. That stupid Republican son of a bitch oil company guy. He pointed a gun and shot someone by accident. Fuck him. He's a loser, lame. 2, George Bush looking like a monkey. Okay, next one. Stem cell research is an important topic, but as Bill Nye, the science guy, has said, I don't know what that means, has said many times, it's not enough. Okay, next one. Stem cell research is an important topic, but as Bill Nye, the science guy, has said, I don't know what that means, has said many times.
What is goy? Because that got a reaction out of the crowd. I wonder what goy is. Is it a derogatory thing? Let me know.
It's not enough. We must also kill little kittens while they're alive. The more pain, the more science we can extract from Neil Tyson space rockets. 2, we must normalize pedophilia. 3, enact regulations to stifle industry and cripple our productive capacity, then ship jobs to China, which is fucking 100 times as bad for the environment, you fucking idiots. Or 4, realize that pedophilia is an orientation that people are born with and have to deal with. It's not an abomination or a scourge, but instead may actually help society by building ion rockets to find water on Saturn. Black scientist Neil says that water on Saturn's moon would mean blah, blah, blah. If we could just find water, pedophiles are normal, bye. Next slide. Same-sex couples are exactly like hetero couples. Never mind the fact that the average gay man has had 3,729 partners, according to my personal research. I used to live next door to an old gay couple. They were exactly like a hetero couple, okay? They didn't have cooties, all right? Only they were cleaner. They had better style. They dressed better. They had better interior.
What is cooties, by the way? Like, is it like crabs? Cooties. Maybe it's not even a real thing. Let me know. Cooties, man.
Design sense. They had wittier conversation. It was like a Victorian England, the sort of rapport that we had. They were more fun to hang out with. They typically vote Democrat, which in my book means that they're fucking A-class citizens. And they had higher income. They would make great and loving parents for some kids. They really would. Great parents someday. They also the next step that we must be working towards. 1, animals being able to adopt kids. And 5, Todd Nickerson being allowed to adopt 10 young boys. All right, next slide here. Find water on other planetary objects using Bill Nye Neil Tyson rockets. 1, climate change. 2, Ferguson. 3, Rachel Maddow amazeballs. Next slide. Guns bad?
Yo, does Rachel Maddow say amazeballs? Is that something that she's known to say? It's a funny word, man.
Bad, worse. The only people who should have guns are the government and criminals, not law-abiding whites, racist whites. All right, let's tally up the answers here. You heading out? Hey, peace, man. You not hungry? You don't want some Panera? You going to do gay for pay? Come on, Big Red. Show us your abs. This guy's skinny. I want to see some abs. Get back here and show us your abs. So we tallied up the answers. Let's tally them up. Add up your answers. Let's see what you got here. Oh, here's the result. You're all faggots. There's a picture this picture representing you here. There's me smoking a $20 cigar, and there's me getting a hot bitch, way out of my league. Wonder why? Okay, my body's not that good. That's you, all of you. Okay, next one. Slam poetry. You guys English spaces like slam poetry? The impending doom hanging over your head is something I really savor. It's like a deer about to be shot by a hunter, totally clueless as it eats grass. The only difference is your suffering isn't finite like the deer's. The sword of Damocles, the dagger of being trapped in a non-exceptional life, the axe of poverty, of aging without further adventure is only 1 to 4 years away. This isn't about you guys. You guys are Rutgers strong. You don't think about it too much, but it's coming. Do you really think you will make it as an artist? Look at your teachers, the liars deceiving the younger versions of themselves, knowing full well that even a career as a teacher is too much for you to hope for, an improbable concept.
I can't stop looking at that gif of that deer getting its head fucking blasted off, man. I've never seen something like that before. That's horrifying, man. That's fucking horrifying.
Did I really need the statistics earlier, or did you already know? How many of your friends who have graduated are doing well now? How many have parents who are actually proud of them? Well, guess what, sweetheart? You're gonna be pushing fucking carts, playing on your iPhone during your 15-minute break, and droning on about how great Game of Thrones was last night like the rest of the lemmings. You are scum. You aren't smart. You are not unique. This is slam poetry, nothing to do with you. Look at the repulsive mess standing before you, verbally lambasting you and foretelling your inevitable failure. I am you in 10 years, jaded and poor. I should kill myself. Better yet, you should all kill yourselves after killing me. Please give me sweet release. This is not a joke. My only remaining pleasure in life is seeing the confused rage in many of your faces right now. Go ahead and ignore me. It will make your final realization all the more pleasurable. You may not cry tonight, but you will someday. And when you do, think of my smug face sipping a latte. It's actually written by a Chinese guy. I found that online. I couldn't believe how bad it was. We should ban these people from the internet. So let's recap. Okay? Bang! Recap. Life topics discouraged in school, i.e. anything with depth or ethics or value. The government is a gang of sociopaths. Nobody truly cares about the poor old people living on cat food because we think the government takes care of it with Medicaid, Social Security as act. Whatever you love and are passionate about truly will be taken from you and your freedoms will be manipulated. 1984. Governmental hands are taking a crowbar to your pockets. Monolithic pseudo-education for 12 years or more equals government training camps. Propaganda! Learning no real skills, i.e. entrepreneurship, how to run a business, how to learn a language, that's not you, you're in a bathhouse. Muslims go home? A racist comment I read somewhere. Alright. Well, thank you guys for sitting through that. This is a fun thing, and I'm glad you all stayed for a Panera. It's a good thing that you did, because it's going to be delicious. And I'm going to be doing more slam poetry while you're eating. Thank you, Lauren Losner, for producing this and setting it all up. Very sharp person. I work with a lot of pieces of shit and a lot of losers, and it's very rare to find someone who can put something together and be as organized as you are. Very impressed. It's really excellent. For writing and doing this PowerPoint, Alan Brooks, Phil Mascolo, you're not going to be working again, you're not going to get jobs ever again. Google, Annie AM, Patrick Snarp, and wisely choosing the alias Cancel Shred Wasted. Shout outs to a girl I dated who got married recently. Oh my god, man. Fucking hitting 30 years old, you gotta get married. Shout out to a girl I dated who got married recently. Shout out to her new husband. But I hate to tell you, dude, she's had about 100 dicks in her. So you can have your registry on the line, you can get your new cookware, but your new wife, your bride, has had 100 dicks in her. Shout out to Quell. Shout out to an old friend who said she was proud of me. Shout out to Frank Yang, Master Chim, and thank you, Stefan Molyneux, for helping me with research for this personally, and also calling me on my phone, giving me advice. How much does it cost for a cup of coffee a day? How much does it cost for a podcast? Okay, let's do the next slide here. I was gonna say the free Panera isn't free. It's paid for by your tuition. Guess you faggots aren't so smart now, huh? By the way, you're all fucking idiots. Suck my dick, peace. But I'm not gonna say that because you guys are very nice and you were gracious enough to hang out for this 2-hour shit fest here. So that's it.
Bro, that was an experience, man. That was an amazing experience. Some Hyde is, like I said, I've said in a previous video, man, the guy is an enigma to me, man. I can't figure him out. His style of humor, his style of comedy is just, he goes for the jugular, man. The punchline is getting you to feel uncomfortable and just throwing that uncomfortable stuff in your face, man. You know, putting it right in front of you so you have to look at it, man. It's like someone showing you a really bad picture, you know. And he's forcing you to look at this, you know, and desensitizing you. He gets you to just let go of this bullshit. You know, he gets you to stop being so uptight about things that people say, you know, and Camptown does that as well, man. Ever since I started listening to these guys, I've become like a bit more loose, You know, I'm not so uptight. I don't get offended by much. Like, they're just words, man. That's how I feel. I've noticed that change ever since I started listening to these guys, man. Like, just words, how meaningless words are, man. You can't let words get to you. You can't let words, rile you up and get you all uncomfortable and outraged and stuff. It's just, it does wonders for you, man. It's good medicine. This content is good medicine for you, man. It helps you give a fuck less, I feel like, as far as stuff that people say, you know. And I like that, man. For me, I appreciate that. I like that I've gone through that, man. Because at first, this stuff was really shocking, man, in my early videos. Um, but now I feel like a veteran, man. You know, I'm cool, man. I'm cool, man. This was an amazing. I was intimidated by this, man. The 1 hour 48 minutes was seemed like a lot, but nah, man, nah. It was easy, an easy watch, man. I was captivated the entire time. Not a moment was I bored. Um, One of the best things I've ever watched, man. And kudos for those people who stayed there the entire time, man. Especially the ladies, man. Cause hate to say it, but it's true, man. The ladies are usually the first ones to leave, man. To get uncomfortable and outraged and leave. But those chicks stuck in there, man, and they were troopers, man. They were troopers, and this was a funny talk, man. Funny talk, man. Sam Hyde, you motherfucking legend, man. You motherfucking legend, man. This was an experience. A true, legit fucking amazing experience, man. He talks about topics and subjects that so uncomfortable to talk about, but he reduces them to nothing. That's the thing. That's the magic behind Sam and Calm Down, guys, and especially Sam, man. He takes these very taboo subjects, these very touchy subjects, and he takes away all that weight. He tears them apart. He takes away. He makes them. He makes these touchy subjects meaningless. He defungs them. He takes away their teeth, so they don't hurt you anymore. They don't bother you anymore. Because it's like facing your fear kind of thing. Something that scares you. You just go into it and you realize this fucking thing is not that bad. It's not that difficult. It's nothing. Same with these topics. He puts them in your face. He talks about them, with very much disregard, and you realize, you know what? This isn't bad, man. Like, I thought this would really bother me, but especially I think some of the guys in the room felt that I felt walking into this, I thought some things would bother me, but this is much better than a Jennifer Aniston talk, man. Like, walking into this thinking it's a Jennifer Aniston thing and getting this instead is amazing. But like I was saying, man, he takes the teeth out of these topics. He reduces them to nothing, topics that make people mad, that make people emotional, that rile people up, that make people sensitive. He just takes away all that, man. He takes away all that and shows you this is just words. Lower your guard and just have some fun. Stop being so fucking uptight. Take the stick out of your ass, and have some fucking fun, man. Let go, man. That's what he does. That's what he does, man. And I think that's very important, man. Philosophers and the great philosophers of history, one thing they have in common is they tell you to care less about stuff. Don't care a lot about things. That's never good. Doesn't matter what it is. Just the healthiest way to be is to give no fucks. This is training as far as I'm concerned, man. Thank you for requesting this, man. This is a moment, man. Like, I think I'll come back to this more from time to time. This is something that I'll watch again and again and again. I feel like it's one of the best things I've ever seen, man. And I'm glad I got to watch it with you, that I got to react to this, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. The paradigm shift, amazing. The one about privileged white guy triggers oppressed victims, amazing. But this is a masterpiece, man. This is a fucking masterpiece, man. Dude can talk for hours, man. This was a long fucking talk, man. This is a talent. I don't think I could do something like this. Speak in front of people for an hour, 48 minutes, man. Fucking PowerPoint presentation. A lot of work went into this, man. And shout out to these guys, man. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Amazing. I can't say enough good things about this, man. Like, subscribe, share. I will see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.